Greetings, fellow acolytes of the Force, members of the One Sith organization, and subjects of the Yuzong Vong's brutal torment, and welcome back to the archives. I have been expecting you. Today we are going to be immersing ourselves in the deep in rich lore revolving around the origin of one Darth, Krayt, the Dragon of the Sith and the Dark Man, revered as the most powerful Sith Lord after the death of Sidious, with his only rival of that time being Khan Smurf. Darth Krayt was regarded as perhaps the most powerful Darksider after the time of Sidious, and the undisputed most powerful Darksider in the Legacy era, with the only exception being Abeloth, a very entity. However, today, all of the most powerful and prominent Dark Lords and Jedi have their roots, and today we are going to be immersing ourselves in them, by immersing ourselves in Krayt's past, by exploring this Legacy comic issue, where we are going to be exploring the claws of the dragon in the Darth Krayt Legacy timeline. So my friends, keep your wits about you, adorn yourself in your Jedi robes, grab your lightsaber, be sure your Yuzong Vong implants have not overrode your will, and let us proceed. The Sith Temple, Asherad Het. I'm supposed to know that name? No, much from that time has been lost. I was a Jedi back before the Republic was seduced into becoming the First Galactic Empire. Nayaka Owls. All I see is a human with a bad skin condition, and any human would have been long dead. I have mastered Sith techniques for prolonging life. I had spent time in stasis. In the last days of the Republic, like all the Jedi, I was a general in the Clone Wars. I even served with the sire of your line, Anakin Skywalker. I discovered truths about him. Had they been known, they would have gotten Skywalker cast out of the Order. Instead, I kept silent, leaving it to his conscience alone. A mistake, as it turned out. How much blood and pain could have been avoided if I had but spoken. Still doesn't play. Any Green Apprentice knows all the histories. All the Jedi were wiped out at the end of the Clone Wars. Order 66 went down and their own troops slagged them. Your master has neglected your education. You do not know the names of Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I do, especially Kenobi. I was scouting, apart from my troops, when Order 66 was issued, commanding the clones to kill their Jedi generals. I saw other Jedi slain. I killed the clones assigned to execute me, saving only one long enough to learn why. Then I fled the planet. The Jedi comm channels were silent. I reached out through the Force but could not sense any other Jedi. Our light had gone out in the galaxy, and I was alone. The Jedi Purge, as it became known, was extraordinarily effective. I made my way to Tatooine and became war leader of several clans of Tusken Raiders, as my father had before me. Settlers and moisture farmers had been stealing Tusken land and water for years, driving my people further into the Jundland wastes. Under my command, the Tuskens were once again a feared and potent fighting force, reclaiming what was rightfully ours. Then one day, it was a little moisture farm near the port of Mos Eisley, a plot claimed by a husband and wife, where all the sand belonged to the Tuskens. Wait here. Master Het. The Force be with you, Master Kenobi. So, you too survived Order 66. I thought I was alone. What brings you to Tatooine, let alone these trackless wastes? You do, Master Het. You lead these Tuskens as their warlord, not something a Jedi should do. Do not lecture me, Obi-Wan. We were both generals in the Clone Wars, warlords for a republic that turned on us. The Tuskens have been hunted and killed by both settlers and farmers. Jedi, defend those who need help. Sometimes you defend life by taking the life of the aggressor. Past mistakes do not justify current ones. The danger is becoming what you fight. It was the trap that the Jedi fell into. It is the trap that takes you now. It must stop. You must see that, Asherad Het. I do not. I was raised to manhood amongst the Tuscans by my father, Sharadhet, the greatest Jedi of his age. He taught me to think and act as a Tuscan. These are my people. Will the settlers stop killing Tuscans? Then blood calls for blood. The settlers will be forced to abandon the land or be buried beneath it. I cannot permit that. You are a great Jedi, Het, and the son of a great Jedi. But you have given yourself over to the dark side. It stops here. You will have a Jedi funeral, Master Kenobi. That I promise. Oof! Oh! Oof. Ah! I am finished. You have disgraced me before my people. With one hand, I can no longer wield a Gaddafi. I am now an outcast among the Tuscans. I am a dead man. Finish it. Kill me. No, but you can no longer stay on Tatooine. You must leave and give your word, by your father's honor, to never return. Swear it. I swear so. The Tuscans were once your people, but so were the Jedi. You have forgotten our ways, perhaps. With meditation, you will remember them, and yourself. I hope you will. May the Force be with you, Asherad Het. Decades later, I learned that very moisture farm had concealed Anakin Skywalker's son, and that Anakin Skywalker, as Darth Vader, had turned the Jedi and betrayed the Jedi Order. That the righteous Obi-Wan Kenobi failed to share with me. So that puts the Skywalkers, what, 2 up on you, you spiny Murglak? Respect his power and beware mine. You address Darth Krayt, Lord of the Sith, Emperor of the Galaxy. Wanna talk power, Schluter? Let's talk about mine. I got this crazy healing ability. I can see the weak points in you like little broken red lines. I can see where you got wounded recently. Someone smacked you during a sparring session? Bet it was Nile. I could heal that hurt. Pour the force into the place where the red lines intersect. Or, and here's a new idea, maybe I could explode that point, kill you. Interesting idea. Should we try? No. I can feel the anger in you, Cade Skywalker. I know it, as I know my own. As I felt it by the betrayal of my clones, and at the humiliation by Obi-Wan Kenobi. You have great raw power, but it needs focus. It does no good to ignore it. It is part of who you are. The anger runs deep within you. The Jedi would have tried to train it out of you. I can show you how to use it. Are you ready to learn? Maybe I am. Maybe I've always been. Then we will teach you. Heal her. Why? Darth Talon will be your teacher. A first lesson to you. Never ask for my mercy. From this day forward, I alone shape your destiny. The way of the Jedi failed you, as it failed me. As the way of the Sith can show you how to make use of all that you are, if you wish it. I do wish it. Teach me the ways of the Sith, Master. Well, my friends, personally that's where we're going to leave it here. Although this comic issue expands, that is basically everything I'd like to cover in this personal issue. I truly loved that background scene when we saw Asherad Het fighting against Obi-Wan Kenobi, especially where Cade Skywalker pledged himself to Darth Krayt. I truly love the interlinked lore with Darth Krayt and the ancient Jedi, and how these Jedi always gave birth to their own true villains, the Sith. Anyway, my acolytes, keep your wits about you. I'll see you in a galaxy far, far away. And remember, the Force will be with you, no matter how dark it may seem.